And hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Decap. And today we will be doing an MSU special with a very special guest, my grandmother, Nana Fish. Hello, Nana.
Hi, this is Nana, and I am Dee's grandma, or actually Nana. And I'm here to give my best input on MSU sports, comparing players.
So today we will be doing a quarantine special or something like that. And we'll be doing who would you rather quarantine with? And the first who would you rather quarantine with and why is between Tom Izzo and Jud Heathcote, two MSU legendary coaches. Now, Nana, do you want to start out on this one?
Yeah, you start out.
Oh, okay, I will.
Yes.
I think I would rather quarantine with Tom Izzo just because I've grown up with Tom, just the way he's brought Michigan State to the championship, the Final Fours. Now, Jud Heathcote is a very good coach, but I feel like me being younger, I just have come to love Tom Izzo. And I do respect Jud Heathcote and like him, but I just feel like because my whole life I've just loved Tom Izzo, I would definitely rather quarantine with him and learn all his coaching genius ideas.
Very good. I have to second that. I also chose Izzo over Heathcote, although Heathcote was a coach at Michigan State for 19 years and Tom Izzo 25 years. So Tom Izzo's got 7 Final Fours. Jud Heathcote doesn't have anywhere near that, although he did win the national championship with Magic. Besides that, Izzo has 8 Big Ten championships, and Heathcote never came close to that. It's a toss-up. I mean, Jud did a good job with Magic, leading them to the championship, but I still have to go in my heart with Izzo. And because the last 25 years, I've watched him coach. So, yeah, Heathcote is my man.
Yeah. Okay.
Izzo's my man. Sorry.
Izzo.
Izzo's my man.
And also about that, Heathcote, I feel like, they each have a championship, but I feel like Tom Izzo's, he really had to work harder because his team was less talented, as Jud Heathcote had Magic and Greg Kelser.
Right.
Okay, and moving on to the next one, we have Cassius Winston or Magic Johnson, two legendary MSU point guards. How about you start on this one?
This was a hard one. Magic was only at Michigan State 1 year, so I'm basing it on that. But Magic was drafted number 1. Cassius, we don't know yet. I just like being around Cassius the last 4 years. I think he's a class act. He's got his degree. He's working on his master's degree. The thing that I remember mostly about Cassius is the game that I went to last January, and that's when he scored 32 points against Michigan and stomped Xavier Simpson to the ground.
Yeah.
He's also, Cassius does lead the Big Ten in assists at 1,816. So that made a difference for me over Magic, because Cassius has got more of a legend at Michigan State than Magic did, because Magic was only there. I thought he was only there 1 year. Was it 1 or 2 years?
I think 2, right?
It's okay, but I still go with Cassius in my heart.
Okay, so I'm actually going to disagree with you. I do love Cassius. He's brought a lot of success to Michigan State. It's just, I feel like Magic Johnson, just the way he's, came back from everything in his life, obviously, that he got HIV. Although Magic and Cassius have both gone through tragedies in their own way. But I just feel like Magic, he's just, already been through everything in basketball, just college success, NBA success. So I feel like I would rather quarantine and learn from Magic, although I do still love Cassius very much.
Okay.
And the next one is Miles Bridges or Jaren Jackson Jr., two recent MSU players that couldn't win a championship but still brought success. And I think I'm going to go with Miles Bridges because he loves Michigan State, I feel like, more than Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson did it because he would have been picked higher. Obviously, Miles Bridges could have been picked maybe as high as Jaren Jackson was, 4 or 5. But Miles Bridges stayed an extra year, and I will always have respect for him just because he stayed that extra year to try to get Michigan State the championship. He did fail, but at least he tried. And it hurt his NBA career, but I'll always love Miles because he stayed that extra year.
I have to agree with you with Miles Bridges on this one. Although Jaren Jackson and Miles Bridges, they are both Big Ten players of the year as freshmen.
Yeah, both great players.
Yeah, both great players. And actually, Jaren was defensive player of the year his freshman year too, which I didn't know until I saw this. I think Miles was a better player for the fans because he had that magnetic smile that, I mean, you looked at him and he just looked happy to play basketball. Where Jaren, a lot of times, Tom Izzo sat him on the bench for some reason. I never could understand that. But as a NBA player, I think probably Jaren Jackson is the better NBA player.
Jaren looks good in the NBA.
Yeah, Jaren looks very good in the NBA. And Miles is coming. I mean, he's starting to score too now. But Miles, because like you said, he stayed that extra year to get a championship. I chose Miles Bridges.
Yeah. So we agree there. And the next one is Draymond Green or Denzel Valentine. Who are you picking?
Denzel. I picked Denzel because they played two different positions. I mean, Draymond Green, as a freshman, scored only like 3.3, and he came off the bench. Draymond Green did. Yeah. But I think Denzel was a bigger scorer because of his position, playing guard. But he was Big Ten Player of the Year in 2016, and he also made first team All-American. As a pro, Draymond Green just blossomed. I mean, after he left Michigan State, he just plain blossomed. Denzel, he didn't as much, but I think if we give him another couple of years in the NBA, he might be good also. But I did chose Denzel for this position.
Okay, I think I'm going to disagree with you because I don't know. I might just still be mad at Denzel because his senior year, obviously, we lost to Middle Tennessee State, and you never hear the end of that as a Michigan State fan. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to pick Draymond because he has so many critics, and he's still just such a successful player, and I think that would be very interesting to just hear his story about how he just doesn't listen to anyone in what they say, because people joke him for only scoring, 8 points a game, 9 points a game, but he still is a great leader, and yeah, he wasn't the best at Michigan State, but he loves Michigan State, and you can tell with the donations he gives, but so yeah. I think I'm going to pick Draymond on this one. Okay, so the next one, we're giving a little bit of Michigan State football some love, and we're going to do Mark Dantonio or Nick Saban, who was an assistant coach at Michigan State football before.
No, he was the coach.
Oh, he was the head coach before his career took off at Alabama. So,
correct.
Who would you pick?
I got to go with Mark Dantonio. The only negative I have with Mark Dantonio is that he quit in the middle of the recruiting season in 2020, which hurt. But he still is the first head coach in Big Ten to achieve at least 11 wins in 5 of the 6 seasons. So that's pretty awesome for Michigan State to accomplish that. And plus that, he had a winning record against Michigan.
Yeah.
Nick Saban did not. And we have to remember that Mark Dantonio in 2007 to 2020 was our most successful era in MSU history. So I got to give him a pat on the back for that. I don't like the way he ended, but
yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on this one, Mark Dantonio, because Michigan State football, people didn't like him at the end of his career because Michigan State football kind of plummeted, but he still delivered just a great career at Michigan State. And when I think Michigan State football over the past 10 years, I think when they beat Michigan on that thriller, when they blocked the punt and returned it for a touchdown, and Mark Dantonio was there to coach Michigan State then. And Nick Saban, Michigan State fans might be mad that he left and became very good, but he still left, and Mark Dantonio stayed and led Michigan State to greatness in football. So I'm going to agree with you and spend my quarantine with Mark Dantonio. And the next one isn't Michigan State, but it is a basketball question that everyone asks. And would you rather quarantine with LeBron or Michael Jordan? You start on this one.
This was a hard one for me because LeBron never was in college, whereas Michael was 2 years at North Carolina. I just think going back, you have greater memories with Michael Jordan because he was a complete solo act. I mean, he could do everything, even though he had Scottie Pippen with him. And I didn't watch the series on Michael Jordan, which compared him with LeBron, but he did so much for the Bulls that he averaged 37 points a game. How can you not? And I'm not sure what LeBron did, but I'm going to go with Michael Jordan here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you on this one. I do think Michael Jordan is the GOAT right now, at least. Maybe LeBron will win a couple more championships, and then I will say LeBron is the best. But Michael Jordan, I think, is the best player of all time. And he's just had so many clutch plays. He's a good person. He's not a great, head of basketball operations at the Hornets. He's not the best, but he's still just a great player that I feel like you could learn so many lessons from. And LeBron, I don't know. I feel like LeBron might need one more person that Michael Jordan doesn't need. LeBron may need 3 players to win a championship, while Michael Jordan only needed Scottie Pippen. LeBron always had a big 3 with him, whether it was Kyrie and Kevin Love, or obviously Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. But I don't know.
You have to remember that LeBron didn't do much with Cleveland being solo. I mean, he had a cast, but they still couldn't do anything, you know. So and Michael Jordan could. Yeah.
So I feel like, and Michael Jordan, it's just his name has developed into such a brand. LeBron has, but the Jordan shoe is just it's a shoe brand. Well, LeBron is partner, but okay. So I'm going on a bit of a, I don't know, but so I would rather quarantine with Michael Jordan because he's a better basketball player in clutch moments, and I feel like it'd just be very fun to learn from him in all his respectful ways. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. I hope you had a great time. I hope you come back to watch more episodes. And leave in the comments whether you agree or disagree with some of me and my grandma's picks. And maybe we can do some more colleges like this, great players that have played in that college. So I hope you had a fun time. I hope you come back, and peace.